Welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be looking at some upcoming mods for Path of Titans. So, today we are going to be looking at mods from PT, Inventum, DB, and a few other ones. So, anyway, if you are new here, make sure to like and subscribe. It helps me out an absolute ton. And yeah, let's just get straight into the video. So, starting off with PT and their Purosaurus mod. Now, I don't know about you guys, but this PT Purosaurus, it looks good. Like, the textures, like, everything about it looks good. I'm really excited for it. There's only one thing I don't like, and that is the size. I feel like it's too small for a Purosaurus. Now, I know PT, they've got their own little system, or something like that, where they make things certain sizes for certain reasons. Like T-Rex is smaller than Alderon's T-Rex, their Giga's pretty small, and I don't know what that is exactly. It might be realistic sizing, I think, but it seems like their Puru is following that same thing as well, which is why it looks kind of small next to this Sarco you can see. But man, I am excited to have this Purosaurus in the game. As long as it's not able to like face tank a T-Rex, I think it should be fine. Now, I haven't actually seen what abilities they're going to give it or how it's going to play. I couldn't find anywhere where they discussed how their Purosaurus will be played. But if we go by the other two Deinosuchus mods, which are quite similar, I have a feeling this Puru is probably going to have its own quirk or kink, but it probably will play like that, you know, with a charged bone break bite or something like that. Maybe even an armor pierce bite like DB's. We don't know. At least I don't know. Anyway, next up, we have got Inventum's Guanlong. Now, this thing is cool. I've not seen anyone talk about Guanlong yet, and honestly, I don't know why, because look at it. It looks so cool. It's a very small dinosaur. I think it's literally smaller than Concavenator in-game. But look at it! Oh, I love it! It's so small. I'm pretty sure it's going to have some sort of venom type of playstyle, or paralysis maybe? I'm not 100% sure. I did ask them, and I think they kind of mentioned it, or someone mentioned it to me, and it's stuck in my head now. Now, I don't know if Guanlong did have, you know, venom or anything like that, but the fact that it might, if what I'm remembering is true. Now, don't take my word for this. I might be incredibly wrong. It could have like toxin or bone break. Probably won't, but I don't know. But I'm excited for it. Hopefully this Guanlong will be a unique small thing that isn't just like another raptor except without pounce. Unless it has pounce. If it has pounce, it's going to be a little bit odd. Considering it's basically, I don't know, is Guanlong a Tyrannosaurid? I feel like Guanlong's a Tyrannosaurid. Like one of the early ones. I'm not sure. Okay, so, I wanted to take a bit of, you know, do some research on Guanlong. Apparently it is a Tyrannosaurid. The more you know. It's, I feel like it's a bit like Alioramus. It's part of the family, but it is very distant. Just the way that it looks. It doesn't look very, Rex, Dasp, Tarbo, Zucheng, Tyrannus shaped, however you want to say it. But anyway, moving on, we have got 4 mods from Divine Beasts. Now, this is their next 4 mods that they're releasing. First one that we're going to go over is Ouranosaurus. I think I said that right. A pretty cool hadrosaur. Now, when I first saw this thing, I was like, that face looks a bit weird. You know, it looks a little bit odd. There's just something about its face that I don't like, but then I think that's because it's not in the game. And it's also its T-pose animation, I think. Which, you know, that's probably why. But then again, I think the model looked cool. Like, the rest of the model, apart from the head, I think looks pretty good. Like, for an Ouranosaurus, it looks pretty damn unique. It reminds me of one of the Bars Boldia subs, but I'm pretty sure this was modeled before Bars got its TLC. Now, again, I don't know what its playstyle will be. Please let me know down in the comments what you think DB will do with it. Now, I know DB's quite controversial. A lot of people hate them. For some reason, I don't know. Some people really, really hate them, but I'm not going to get into that. But I think if they manage to make it different from a Guandon, Regalis, a Nectans, all the other Hadrosaurs, if they can make it different, I'll be pretty impressed. Because there's only so much you can do with a Hadrosaur. But one with a unique design like this, they could be onto something. I don't know. The next one is another hadrosaur, Purosaurus. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't find a solo picture of it. There's one out there, it exists, I just can't find it. But I do have this picture with loads of, like, every DB mod that is currently in the works, all in one picture, and you can see little Purosaurus is there. Some of them aren't high quality in the picture, but that's because they're just, like, placed there, not actually fully rendered. But look at it, little Purosaurus. So anyway, that one I don't know anything about really. I'm just thought I'd mention it because it's one of their next 4 to be released. Next up, we've got Suso. I don't know how to say this thing's full name, but it is a very mid-tier sized Therizinosaur, and from what I can probably gather by it, it's going to be light, it's going to be quick, might not turn the best when sprinting, but precise turn it should be pretty good. But, you know, its claws, they're not Therizinosaurus claws. They're not huge, like, 6-foot long claws. But still, I would not call these short. Did Theri have 6-foot long? I don't know, 6 foot, 6 meters, something like that. But, dude, this Suso, I love how fluffy it is. I think they've gone with a bit of a vulture type look, because I mean, just look at it. It looks like a vulture, and it will probably have a vulture skin if I'm going to guess. If I had to gather, it's going to have a skin where it's like black on the body, white around the neck, and then like a reddish neck. So that could be pretty cool. And finally, my personal favorite from Divine Beasts' upcoming 4 mods is the Blue Whale. Now, this thing I am incredibly excited for. I love whales, dolphins of all kind, as you can probably guess. And this one looks pretty good. Their blue whale looks huge, and I want it in the game now. Now, I couldn't really find too many pictures of it. If I did find any, future me, please put them in. If not, it'll probably be in that picture where they had loads of their mods show up. But the blue whale, man, I'm so excited for this thing. Now, here's something I am curious about. Lead Sichthies isn't in the game yet, so we have no filter feeding. However, blue whales are a filter feeder. Now, there are 2 options for DB. Well, 3 options for DB. 1, they wait until Lead Sichthies is released, then add their blue whale and copy the filter feeding. 2, don't add a filter feeding and just make it play like any carnivore. Or 3, code their own way of filter feeding. Now, it's Divine Beasts we're talking about, and whether you love them or hate them, I think we can all agree, we can all put our hands up and agree, they do some pretty intricate builds and abilities. They are pretty good. Not to be riding them, but they are very good when it comes to making unique, one-of-a-kind abilities or custom coding for abilities, such as, you know, flesh tearing before even Alderon did it. Now, I use that as an example because if they can figure out filter feeding before Alderon adds it, that is going to be something that is incredible. And also, I do want to quickly mention, Titanoboa is not on this list. It is not going to be in the game for a while. So please, if anyone says Titanoboa from DB is coming out soon, nah, you got to wait at least a year for that. At least, because of how complicated it is. But anyway, that's enough Divine Beast. Let's move on to Reptys Cart. So, Reptys Carcharodontosaurus, hopefully I put a few pictures up, is in testing. This thing is being tested. Now, from looking at everything that I found about it, there was some new stuff that came out, like new abilities. I forgot what it's called, but they have a new ability for it. This wasn't in my Reptys Cart video, because obviously it's newer, but this looks incredible. I am so excited for Reptys Cart. Honestly, I know in the past I've really been like a DB fanboy, and I regret that a little bit, because that's another topic. Anyway, I think Reptys Cart might be my preferred Carcharodontosaurus, like out of all of them. You know, PT, DB Giga, AB, DB Acro, DB Cart, Tyranotitan. I think Reptys Cart might be my favorite. Because not only is it in testing, but from what I've heard, this thing's going to have subspecies based on other Carcharodontosaurids. Like, I think maybe a Mapu or Giga sub, or even Maractus. If it has any of those, holy, I am going to be playing that thing so much. there's going to be content made on that thing 100%. I'm very excited about it because, dude, it's a cart that isn't old. Now, I know a lot of people like DB's cart. A lot of people hate it, but some people like it. I think we can all admit it's old. DB's cart is old. He's in the retirement home right now. He's hit unk status, as the new gens would say. But this cart is fresh, new. I'm excited for it. Anyway, finally, we have got Wrath of Goliath's Seratosaurus. So, I don't know too much about this, but I'm just going to play a little video covering its sounds because they uploaded it on their Discord and I found it. So I'm just going to play that for you. So, I personally think that Serato looks pretty cool. Now, Wrath of Goliath has made some interesting mods in the past. They've made the Saurophaganax, the Dimetrodons. They're pretty good. I like them. I don't personally play them, but, you know, they're there. They're pretty cool. And looking at this Serato, I think this is going to be better than Alderon. I really do think it's going to be better. It looks so good. The animations are great. Sounds brilliant. Now we just gotta see how it will actually play in game when it's released. I don't know when that is. No ETA. Again, everything in this video, no ETA. Estimate time of arrival doesn't exist. If anyone in a YouTube video says that that they know when something's releasing, they're lying. They don't. They're either gambling or they're just lying. But anyway, that is going to be everything for this video. Now, I do want to quickly mention the background gameplay for this video is just me messing about in single player because I tried to get other footage of me fighting and everything. It wasn't going well. Not because I'm bad, I just got jumped by 10 people as Apexes. I was an aloe, for Christ's sake. So you just get footage of me messing about. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you found it informative, please make sure to like and subscribe, and check the description where there will be a link to my Discord. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.